You know what I've been thinking about lately? How life doesn't always move in big, dramatic moments. Sometimes there are no sudden breakthroughs, no visible confirmation, no loud evidence that something is shifting. Just movement, quiet movement. And if you're not careful, you can mistake quiet progress for stagnation. But maybe the real shifts in life don't happen in noise. Maybe they happen in surrender. Because faith, real faith, begins where control ends, and that's uncomfortable. We like knowing where we're going. We like timelines. We like guarantees. But faith is not control with spiritual language. Faith is losing control. Not recklessly, but intentionally. It's releasing the need to manage outcomes and choosing instead to trust the one who holds them. God cannot remain theoretical if we want to step into His plans. He cannot be an idea we visit on Sundays. He must become personal, because faith depends on credibility. We only trust someone to the level we believe they are trustworthy. Hebrews 11:1 says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Substance, evidence. Faith is not denial of reality. It is confidence in the character of the one who spoke. And God is always credible. If He declares something, it carries weight. Isaiah 55 reminds us that just as rain waters the earth and causes it to bring forth fruit, so His word does not return empty. There is life in what He says. There is power in His promises. And when you begin to understand that, something shifts. Because when there is a calling on your life, when there is a destiny attached to your obedience, it is never just about you. It goes beyond you. It touches people you haven't met yet. It influences spaces you haven't entered yet. It carries impact you may never fully measure. And that's why faith becomes non-negotiable. You cannot step into something supernatural with only natural strength. Faith has its own DNA. It rests on promises. It feeds on the word. It is anchored by conviction. Without promises, faith has nothing to stand on. Without the word, faith has no direction. Without conviction, faith collapses under pressure. Conviction is what allows you to move before you see. Because faith without movement remains potential. A seed left in your hand will never become a tree. And faith is like that. It requires action, not dramatic action, but alignment. Sometimes faith grows quietly. It grows when you receive a promise with gratitude instead of suspicion. It grows when you meditate long enough that the invisible begins to feel more real than what is visible. It grows when your words water what you believe, instead of uprooting it. Words matter. They either nourish what God planted, or slowly dry it out. Faith grows when you protect what you carry. Not every environment is safe for a seed. Not every voice strengthens conviction. Some atmospheres contaminate belief. And protecting what you carry is not isolation. It's wisdom. Faith also asks you to act before manifestation, before confirmation, before applause. It asks you to move because you trust, not because you see. Because faith does not speak the language of circumstances. It does not negotiate with what looks impossible. It goes beyond circumstances. But faith can weaken. There are quiet diseases that attack it. Doubt whispers subtle questions. Impatience pressures the timeline. Passivity waits without planting. And sometimes, the environment slowly erodes confidence without you noticing. That's why walking by faith is intentional. You cultivate it. You guard it. You nourish it. You persevere even when results delay. And sometimes, the real victory is not the visible breakthrough. It's the fact that your faith remained intact. You lost control but gained alignment. You released comfort but gained clarity. You stepped forward without guarantees and discovered steadiness. Maybe that's why the walk feels slow. Because God is not rushing outcomes. He is deepening roots. Roots form underground. They push through resistance and darkness. They grow before the tree becomes visible. And roots determine stability. So maybe the quiet season is not empty. Maybe it is foundational. Maybe every small step taken in trust is not small at all. Maybe every surrender, every prayer, every unseen decision to keep walking is already a victory. Not loud, not dramatic, but real. And maybe the most powerful steps in your life are the ones taken without full sight, because those are the steps that build a faith that cannot be shaken.